Good evening, everybody. I know you're sitting there going, wait a minute. He's now teaching us Spanish? Didn't he promise that about 3 years ago? Yes, I did. And you're probably asking the first question of, why so long? There's a good answer for that. One of the things I was trying to teach you was that 6 out of every 10 of your words that you speak in the English language comes from Latin. Now, Latin originated in Italy, not Spain. Okay? It spread from Italy to Spain, to France, to England. And that's how we got our language the way we have it today. Hence the Romance languages. Okay? Now, the thing is, I have found that learning Italian first can make learning Spanish a lot easier. And Italian, as for me, was a lot easier to learn than Spanish was. Okay? And I'll show you why Italian is actually easier to learn than Spanish. All right. First of all, io parlo italiano e inglese e spagnolo un poco, which means I speak Italian, I speak English, and I do speak a little Spanish. A little more than I used to, but yes, I do speak Spanish as well. All right. Now, why is it a lot easier to learn Italian than it is Spanish? Mainly because of this. Now, I'm going to give you your first 4 Spanish words. Escucha means listening. Okay? Música means music. El means the, and el also means he. Okay? So, unless you're looking at that accent, it's going to be next to impossible to tell right off the bat whether you're referring to he or the. This is not true in Italian. In Italian, you have a word for the, which is il or la, and you have a word for he, she, and it, which is suo, sua, so on and so forth. Okay? So you can tell right off the bat whether you're referring to he or the. Here, it's a lot harder. And you really have to pay attention to what is being spoken to you as to whether it's being referred to as he or it is being referred to as the. Let me give you an illustration. I'm going to give you your first Spanish sentence. El escucha música. Now, is that el the or is it he? Because of the accent, it's he. But could you tell that immediately when I read it to you? Well, if you're not learning in Spanish, no. In Italian, if we'd have written this, it would have been a lot easier. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Now, there is another problem with Spanish that you don't have in Italian. In Italian, there is only one form of Italian, whatever they speak in Italy. Spanish, on the other hand, has 2 forms. The form they speak in Spain and the form that they speak in Central America, the southwestern United States, Cubans, that kind of thing. That's 2 distinct forms. Now, let me show you what I mean by that. We have the word lápiz. Lápiz. Now, here's the problem with lápiz. In Spain, if you were living in actual Spain rather than you were living here in the United States, it'd be lápiz. So it's lapis here, but it's lapith there. That becomes the problem. You try to speak the Central American dialect of Spanish in Spain, people are going to be pretty upset. Because like I said, there are two distinct dialects. And that's why it makes Spanish a lot harder to learn than Italian. When you learn Italian, you learn Italian. That's it. You learn Spanish, you have to learn the forms from Spain as well as from Central America. And that gets tricky. So, are you starting to get this so far? Now then, I will go ahead and give you your next lesson in just a moment. But I tell you, like I said, it's going to take us a little longer to teach you Spanish than it is going to teach you Italian. But if you're familiar with Italian, learning Spanish will not be near as hard. This is Ted, the Speed Learner, signing off. I will tell you more in a future video. Stay tuned.